Republicans rallying around President Trump after the Colorado Supreme Court booted him off the state's GOP primary ballot. The justice's ruling he violated the 14th Amendment by engaging in insurrection on January 6, 2021.
The Colorado Republican Party now threatening to switch to a caucus system if the former president ultimately loses a challenge at the U.S. Supreme Court level. This would be a very difficult challenge for the party. However, the move would allow people to vote for Mr. Trump in order for him to still earn delegates from the Centennial State. Tom Dempsey live in Washington. Tom.
Hey, good morning, Adrienne. Yeah, this morning, frustration is growing among Republicans in response to this decision to disqualify former President Donald Trump from appearing on the Colorado state primary ballot. Not only could we see the Colorado Republican Party change the way it chooses its nominee, but even some Democrats are coming out saying that this could end up helping Mr. Trump. Now, one key thing to watch for in the days and weeks ahead will be similar challenges filed in multiple other states. The case in Colorado remains one of many involving the 14th Amendment, and whether or not Mr. Trump's involvement on January 6th can be considered taking part in what's being called by Colorado as an insurrection. According to Lawfare, the nonprofit group, 13 states have pending cases and 2 others have pending appeals. While Colorado disqualified the former president from appearing on state primary ballots, 4 other states, including Florida and New Hampshire, dismissed similar lawsuits. Many fellow Republicans are rallying around the former president. Not only are his fellow competitors in the primary coming out against the decision in Colorado, Republican Senator Tom Tillis plans to file a bill aimed at preventing states from blocking presidential candidates from appearing on ballots. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick took it one step further and even said President Joe Biden should be taken off the ballot due to his handling of immigration. David Axelrod, who once served as a chief strategist for former President Obama, saying, quote, all the legal challenges that have been thrown at Trump have so far helped strengthen him in the Republican primary as he depicts himself as a victim. Colorado will be the same. What seems like kryptonite winds up being battery packs in the GOP primary. Speaking to reporters, though, President Joe Biden made it known that he believes former President Trump took part in an insurrection on January 6th.
Well, I think certain things are self-evident. You saw it all. Now, whether the 14th Amendment applies, I'll let the court make that decision. But he certainly supported an insurrection. And no question about it. None. Zero. And he seems to be doubling down on about everything.
Now, since that ruling came down in Colorado, NBC News released a report saying that the amount of social media threats against the state Supreme Court justices have spiked, including posts with violent words, posts with personal information about the justices, like their office addresses being posted, as well as, messages involving pictures with weapons and, again, violent words. So, again, a serious angle to this story as well, guys.
Yeah, really tense times we're living in. It's not even 2024 yet. Tom Dempsey, thanks so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.